My name is Felipe, guys. Oh wow. Hey guys. Um, my name is Felipe. I'm a P1000 here in Italy, and I'll be introducing the speakers tonight and ending this Chairman Bootcamp in style, guys. We had great hosts and great guests, sorry, during these 5 days. We started off with Metroza Day 1, network marketing sucks until it gets awesome. We've had Cash the Great on day 2, and the Hawaii leaders. We talked about the perfect invite, and then Cash and his little brother went through the art of edification. On day 3, we had our Sarah and our Chairman 25, Jason Stone, talking about social media and personal branding. Then yesterday, personally, was my favorite one. I had never heard Emery speaking before. He just killed it. He was amazing. At a certain point, I was laughing my ass off. I gotta be honest with you. Yeah, he got me laughing a lot. And most importantly, he dropped a lot of value here. And it was another great call yesterday. And now today, we're gonna have a couple of great speakers today, a couple of great leaders within the company who they have had amazing results, guys, and they're here to share this with us. The first speaker actually is not a part of we're not a part of his team. So it's really amazing that he's willing to be here with us today. Matt and Jason created this culture of people over profits, and some new people that come here might think that it's just a slogan, doesn't mean really anything. But once you have been around for a while, you will understand that it's true. Because this person who's speaking today doesn't have anything in return from being here. He's just here out of the goodness of his own heart, guys. So let's thank him for this. And he has such a great story, guys. He was a P150 for a couple of months, then went through some tough things. He had a couple of really bad weeks. I won't go into details. Let's just say that he went through some bad things, and I wish no one here ever has to go through those things. But he overcame it, and actually I think it gave him strength to push him even further. And then in a matter of a few months, he went Chairman 10, Chairman 25, and now he's a Chairman 50. So he sits here with us today as a Chairman 50 in IAM, and I'm honored to be able to present him today, guys. Now, Cash, if you're here, he's a Chairman 50, guys, and he's here to drop some value and some nuggets for us. Cash, the floor is yours, man.
Thank you, Felipe. I appreciate you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Good.
Good, perfect. And then let me, boom. Okay, cool. What's up, everybody? I'm excited to be on this call. I just flew into Miami last night. I haven't been home for almost 2 months, so I'm pretty excited to be home. But anyways, you guys, let's make this call about you today. But really fast, if you don't know who I am, my name is Cartier. I'm currently a Chairman 50 here in IAM Master Academy. Luckily, I don't want to say luckily, I'll say blessed enough to be well on the way now to Chairman 100 now. You guys, I've been in the company now for about, I think this is year 5 going on year 6, you know what I mean? And, you know, I always tell everyone, I don't have like the sexiest story ever. I didn't just come in here and blow up. In fact, I've only been at chairman now for a year and a half. The ranks of chairman for a year and a half. So I'm actually more new to chairman than I am towards I'm more new to chairman than anything else. So I'm still figuring this game out just like everyone else is. And I'm truly humbled, you know, for that. And, you know, I think that that's one thing that it's really important for everyone to truly just kind of take in is the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but I can tell you it will happen as long as you remain consistent, as long as you remain doing the things that you need to be doing. One day it will happen for you. And, you know, and that's all you really need to know when it comes to your journey towards success. But moving forward, you know, my topic today is, you know, I'm sure Jason picked it because he knows it's my favorite because I didn't pick the topic, but I love the topic. So I'm excited to hop on here and talk about it. So these topics go hand in hand. I'm going to split them, and it's culture and momentum, right? They go hand in hand, and I think that's important for you to know. Meaning, I mean, culture is momentum. Culture equals momentum, and momentum equals culture, and it just really truly mixes together, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about culture first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it and then start talking about momentum. But in my opinion, this is going to be the most important thing that you can have inside your business. Now, I want you guys to write this down. I know there's other countries and stuff like that on here, but I want you to write this down. Without culture, a country is just a piece of land, right? Write that down. Without culture, right, a country is just a piece of land. So so let's use this as an example. People don't go out and die for America. They go out and die for Americans, right? And it's really key that you understand. I'm getting hot already. Can you drop the AC? Sorry, I'm already hot. So no one dies for America. They die for Americans. They don't go die for the piece of land. They go die for the people in the land. And so you've got to have a culture that people die for, because think about this. Culture is momentum. Culture is retention. Culture is the ability, or culture creates the ability for people to, if they want to quit, they won't quit not because they don't want to quit on themselves, but because they don't want to quit on someone else. And I think that's really key. You know, I watch lots of documentaries on random things because I just like to, I think that's a knowledge about random things truly will help you with anything in life, because I really realize that everything is really one. Never mind, not gonna get into that. Success is spiritual. Let's not get there. But but point is I was watching documentaries on, on war and soldiers and all this other stuff. And I was watching on, people that were literally losing limbs and all this other stuff. And I was watching stories of people diving over bombs and to cover the bomb and blow themselves up. That way they could save a whole bunch of other people. And it's just crazy what people will do. And they're not even thinking about it. When they ask the people that did survive, why did you do what you did? Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Or, what made you keep going? They said, I did it for the other person next to me. I did it for the other person next to me. And now I think you guys should really understand that, we are at war, right now. We are at war right now. And, there's an enemy out there, and the enemy is honestly anyone that's outside of success. You know what I mean? It's anyone outside of success. I don't know if you guys realize, but this is a place where, everything's positive. It's a place where people come to get away from things, a place where people, I'm just going to be honest. There's people in this chat right now on this call right now that are going through it, and you don't even know it. You're just kind of going on about your life. There's people, I'm going to be very honest. There's people on this call right now that are debating on if they should commit suicide. There's people on this call right now that someone in their family's dying and you might not know about it. There's people on this call right now that they might be in the hospital listening to this call, taking notes while someone's on the deathbed, sleeping, and they're right next to them. I don't know if people understand that, but there's people on this call right now that are going through that right this second, and everyone on this call is going through something. So this is a place where, there might be someone on their deathbed right there, but they're coming to this call for a reason. They're plugging into this for a reason. It's to get away from the war that's going on outside of there. And so with that part being said, what I want to ask you guys is, are you deliberately creating a culture? Are you deliberately creating a place where people plug into? They can have fun. They can have a great experience, right? Are you creating experience for people, or are you just taking experience from people? And I think that you should write that down. See, I truly believe that everybody should contribute to a culture. It's not just, what can I get from LFG, right? It's not, what can I get from LFG? What can I get? What can I take from the leaders? I hear a lot of people that go around and they complain about the teams that they're on. And I'm like, okay, but what are you doing? But what are you doing? Let's talk about that. What are you doing inside the culture? What are you like? My thing is, you're complaining about it, but why should everyone else have to change things for you? Are you contributing to the culture? Because maybe the problem is everyone's thinking like you. Maybe everyone is going out and they're thinking, you know what? No one's giving me anything. Well, why don't you start giving people something and you'll start receiving it back? And so, I heard this, I heard the speech, I forget his name right now, it's a president. Everyone's like, you're an idiot, Cash, I know. But I remember the famous speech where he says, I forgot the speech. The famous speech, I see y'all laughing and everything, is killing me. The famous speech where he says, ask not what you're willing to do or ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you're willing to do for your country. And I want to say the same thing. Ask not what your culture is going to do for you, but ask what you're willing to do for the culture. Are you going out and deliberately giving that value, giving that experience? Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, right? But let's think about this really quick. I don't know, like drop a one if you've ever in your life have been the sober person around a bunch of drunk people. Like, drop a one if you've been the sober person around a bunch of drunk people. Now, drop a 7 if it was annoying. If you were just like, I'm so annoyed, right? I'm so annoyed. Now, why is that? Think about that, like, just why is that? It's because you weren't involved. It's because you weren't vibrating at that same level as them. You weren't connected with them. You weren't involving yourself with them. And so there's a disconnect. They're on a different vibe. And I'm not here to talk about it like that, but they're on a different vibe and you're not connected to that vibe at that point. So it's annoying. But guess what? If you get involved, the experience changes. Now, if you're the drunk person and the friend is not drunk, the friend is sober, now you're thinking, well, you know what? Like, that person's now, he's the annoying person. She's the annoying person because they're being a Debbie Downer because of the fact that they're not drunk, right? And so what's my point with this? See, if you get involved, your experience will change. Write that down. If you get involved, your experience will change. And so if you're getting involved in the culture, if you're going around wanting to create the culture, if you're going around, because see, some of you LFG might put their hands in the middle, and some of you don't even want to do that, right? Some of you don't want to get involved with that. Some of you are just kind of like, maybe you do put your hand there, but you don't want to yell LFG out loud. Maybe there's situations where everyone else is chanting, but you don't want to. And if you do, right, then you're the one that's not chanting loudly. See, here's the thing. You've got to go all in. Now, write this down. Culture needs to be high energy at all times. Culture needs to be high energy at all times. If you can be high energy at all times, you will then be in momentum. You will then start creating momentum. Now, write this down as well. We are in a team sport. This is a team sport, okay? I truly look at this as a sport. I don't know about you guys, but this isn't just, network marketing. See, why is it that you've got, NFL football players, you've got NBA basketball players, you've got grown men that are literally still putting their hands in the middle. They got chants. They got all of this stuff going on. Why are they doing that? Because it creates synchronicity. It creates momentum. All momentum is a group of people going in one way, right? A group of people with the same beliefs, the same energy, the same mindset, right? Moving in unison towards one direction. And so this is what culture is. And so now I went over kind of what culture is. I went over the importance, and I want you to understand it's a team sport, right? Because now let's think about it. You can literally go take the worst team, whatever. You could talk about soccer, football, basketball, baseball. You could take the worst team in the league and put them together and put them against the all-star team, where they take the best players in the league and put them all on one team. And I guarantee you the worst team will win every single time, right? They will win against the all-stars. Why is that? It's because they have synchronicity still, right? You could take the best players and put them on a team, but that doesn't create the best team. The best culture creates the best team. Okay, and so here's my thing. You're only as strong as your weakest player. You're only as strong as your weakest member that's willing to contribute to the culture. See, if some people are not willing to contribute to the culture, then you've got a weak culture. All right. And so now we went over what culture is and all this other stuff, but let's talk about the things that we need to do to create that culture now, right? So the mindset's there. Now let's talk about creating it. Well, the first thing is it's got to be high energy. That's going to be number one. I know I said that, but let's get into what creates it now, right? It's got to be high energy. I mean, if you notice, I'm speaking loud. If you notice, I'm using my body language. I'm giving you energy, right? I'm giving you energy. And so you've got to be a high level of energy. Now, I like to utilize this mentality all the time, but let's think about this. When you go to an event, right? And like, I mean, drop a 1 if you went out to Dallas real quick. If you're in Dallas convention, drop a 1. Many of you. Okay, cool. So did you realize when you left that event, you were vibrating very high? Did you realize when you left that event that you were more excited than you've ever been? Now, do you know, like, I know how it is being up in them stands too. Y'all keep standing up and yelling, right? Everyone stand to your feet. Like, oh my gosh, like we're getting squats in. You know what I mean? Stand up, sit down, stand up, scream, chairman scream, stand up, scream. Every time someone goes up there, stand to your feet, you're like, man, I'm getting exhausted. Now, what is my point with this? Do you want to know why you're leaving and vibrating very high? The reason why is because this is what I've really realized. I've realized that the chairman can't start speaking until they get the rest of the room, right, vibrating at their same energy level, because that's what chairman feels like. And so when you're leaving that event, you're vibrating like a chairman, and that's why you feel fearless. That's why you feel relentless. That's why you feel like you're about to go blow things up. You have a better understanding of things. You're more attached to your goal. You have a lot more passion. You have a lot more understanding. You have a lot more energy. So you left vibrating high because of a high level of energy. So here's my point with this. When you plug into those big events, the big events they're just priceless, honestly. But we're talking about culture right now. Now, what we want to do is be thinking, how can I recreate that experience as best as possible? Because now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but when you leave that event, yes, you might be vibrating still high, but it's not the same when you go home, right? It's not the same. It's like every single day you're decreasing. So how can we stop from decreasing? And the way we stop that is by creating the same experiences, the same experiences on a smaller level once we go home. See, think about it. What's changed that? What's the difference at those big events? All it is it's I Am Mastery Academy's culture. It's just bigger team. It's the small teams all put together in creating one big team. So when you go home, you go back home to the same events and you create the same experiences on a smaller scale. Okay, you think about it. What are you doing when you're meeting up? Now write this down. Meetups create culture. Meeting up creates culture. Offline grind is so important when it comes to culture. Grinding offline with each other. See, this wasn't an online convention. It was an offline convention. Meeting up offline is king. Write that down. Meeting up offline is queen. Write that down, okay? Because it's so important. This business may be online, but it's really built offline. It's an offline business, okay? Now, the next thing you got to have is team sayings. Team sayings is a must. When I just went over, I seen y'all blowing me up, right? When I posted the call on my IG, LFG, right? Everyone blow LFG. I'm like, okay, I see you. That's culture. Team sayings. Do you guys think the same? Do you walk the same? Do you talk the same? Do you have the same chance? Are you doing the same thing? Is it duplicating around the world? Not just in Miami, Florida, not just in Dallas, Texas, but is it in Italy? Is it in Europe? Is it in North America, Canada? Where is it? Is it the same everywhere? The team sayings should be the same worldwide, right? Are you creating a place? You must be creating a place to escape. Shout out to Paris, shout out to Hawaii, right? Are you creating Seattle's America? I can't get into every single state. That's not fair. That's not fair. Amsterdam, Switzerland. Okay, so are you creating a place to escape? Are you creating a place to escape? You must be, write that down. You must be creating a place to escape. Now, I know I went over this earlier, but we're talking about being deliberate on doing these things now, right? I went over the mindset earlier. Now we're talking about deliberately doing so. Okay. Next thing is FaceTime. FaceTime is king/queen. FaceTime is king/queen. Okay. It truly is. See, there's a difference between calling someone and FaceTiming someone. If you've got an Android, I recommend you go get an iPhone. All right. A lot of people with Android, they're like, Android gang, bro. I'm gonna be honest. If you text me and that shit pops up green, I think you're a scammer right out the gate. I'm just like, you want to know what, bro? We shouldn't be talking no more. I'm good. Like, I'm just like, why is this shit green? That's just sketchy to me. Okay. I'm just being honest. Like, if you text me and Cash, can I get a call and turns green? No, you cannot get a call. I'm just kidding. The other thing is you're missing out. You're missing out on group chats, right? You're missing out on group chats when it comes. Everyone's like, so true. Fact. If you have an Android, you don't know what you don't know. Okay. But if you're FaceTime gang, if you're iPhone gang, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, you don't even know that you're sketched out, right? Until I'm like pointing it out right now. You're like, dang, that is weird. When it pops up green, like, I don't really want to talk to this person. Anyways, we're not on the call for this. Sorry, I'm over here promoting an iPhone. Don't get an iPhone, okay? So why? Because it helps you create a relationship, okay, online. It helps you create a long-distance relationship. Think about this. Why did they create FaceTime? Why was it created? It was to give people with long distance a way for them to feel as close as possible, to have a strong relationship. See, nowadays is back in the day, in order for you to meet your significant other, you had to meet up, right? You had to find them and bump into them in person. But nowadays it's very common for you to meet up with someone, right? For you to meet up with someone online, etc. And then when you FaceTime them, it builds a better relationship. It works the same inside this game. Are you able to FaceTime people nonstop, or are you calling them? Here's the thing. If you have a boo, right? If you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife or husband, okay? Here's my thing. I almost guarantee you, if you're traveling or whatever, and they're on the other side of the world, you're gonna be FaceTiming them. So if you're gonna be FaceTiming your significant other, you need to be FaceTiming, right, your team. Because I always say this, I always train on this. This is seduction. Network marketing is seduction. We are in the relationship game. We are in the seduction game. And every single day, what we're doing is we're making sure our team is infatuated with this business. We're making sure we have a relationship with our teams. Relationship equals culture. Relationship is culture. All culture is a bunch of people that have relationships with each other. That's what a culture is. Here's my thing. If you have one person and another person, that's a relationship. If you have three or more, that becomes a culture of relationships. All right. So you got to think. Now, I don't care about what anyone's into. It's not the point. Get the mentality of this. In the Bible, it says anywhere, anytime that you meet up with three or more people, you are in church. What is he saying? He's saying that once you're meeting up, what's happening is you are in a culture, okay? You are in a culture. So make sure you're FaceTiming people and doing so, okay? In order to have culture, right, write this down. Sidelines must mingle. Sidelines must mingle. Now, I want you to think about this really quick. Now, my thing is, sorry, I'm over here. I'm trying to catch this light. It keeps changing on me. My thing is this. So, I don't get any benefit on this call, right? I don't need any champ for that. It should be that way. I don't need no praise for that. It should be that way. Here's my point. I am doing exactly what I'm teaching you. That's why I'm Chairman 50. Okay? I don't get any benefit on this call, but I'm mingling with my sidelines because it's important. See, I love you too, Sarah. What's up, girl? Here's my thing. I want you guys to understand, I would not be where I'm at if it was not for the rest of the company. You guys understand that? Like, I want you to just really understand the importance of your sidelines, okay? If it wasn't for the rest of this company, I would not be where I'm at. Meaning, not just the team that's below me, my sidelines, because you want to know what's crazy is I get people from my sidelines that are giving me so much love and so much support, and they're making me feel more confident in myself. They're making me feel like I'm serving a purpose. They're making me feel loved. Like, yes, I could be just loved by my team, but guess what? I get more love and I feel more love when I'm loved by the sidelines. Now, here's the other thing. Service to many leads to greatness. Service to many leads to greatness, right? Sideline mingling, sideline love, helping each other out, all of that is how it should be. You should be helping people out if you don't benefit, right? Because you get paid off the value that you put into the universe, okay? And if you just want to put the value into your own team, then go ahead and do so. But my thing is you're stealing from the culture, and you're stealing from yourself. You're stealing from yourself. See, there's so many people that want to hide value. One thing I know I'm very well known for is helping as many people in this company as possible. I'm always taking calls, okay? I'm always taking calls for other teams. I'm always dropping stuff on YouTube to help other people. I don't care about trying to make money on YouTube. I started it because I was like, you want to know what? I want to help as many people as possible. Do you have this mentality? Do you have this mentality? You need to, all right? Sidelines mingling. Does your sidelines love each other? It's different to love your team, okay? It's different to love your team, but your sidelines, do you love your sidelines and do they love you, all right? Are they meeting up? Are they meeting up? Are they meeting up without you, right? This has got to be a deliberate thing, though. You've got to find a way to mix it up a little bit, right? Have them meeting up offline. Have them grinding together. Have them taking calls for each other. See, if my sidelines didn't help each other out, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, okay? Because my thing because even below me, think about this, my leaders even below me, that's even on one leg, if their sidelines were not helping each other out, then guess what? They wouldn't be able to do this either. See, we're busy as heck. Everyone's busy. And when you get into momentum, you need everyone to be helping each other out. That way, here's my thing. If you're working a job, you need your sidelines to be helping. You need your sidelines to be working with each other, okay? That's the power that we get, is being able to leverage other people. So when you're busy, someone's working for you. You guys get the point. Sidelines must mingle, all right? And then love. Love must be in the culture. True love, meaning real love, meaning not fake stuff, meaning you're not bashing each other. You're not bashing each other. You're not hating on each other. You're not being jealous of each other. If you're going around saying, right, the reason why Corinne's successful is because, you know what, is because someone built under her. She did this. She started this way. I guarantee you people are thinking this dumb stuff, right? Even if you haven't said it, someone's thought it, okay? This is common talk amongst the peasants, okay? Amongst the peasants. This is common talk. See, what happens is people go around, unsuccessful people go around, and they talk about successful people, and they justify why they got to where they're at to make themselves feel better about why they're not at where they're at. I guarantee you people are going around saying the reason why Jason Stone has hit Chairman 25 is because, you know what, he is Millionaire Mentor. Well, didn't he have to build Millionaire Mentor, right? Just what? Like, people's logic is just actually ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So at the end of the day, stop putting drama and negativity and justifications into the culture and start adding love to the culture. Now, this is going to bring me to my last point on culture, which is this. Build together, die alone. It's either you build together or you die alone. Write that down. Build together, or die alone. I truly believe in this. I have a whole shirt made of this, right? Build together or die alone. This is my mentality. This is why I want to help so many people. Now, you got to understand this, right? Now, why do we live in states and countries and cities? What's the point of that? It's because it's a community. It's a community. Now, why is it communities? Because when people live together, they're able to help each other. See, what would happen is if you lived in the wild by yourself, unless you're just some survivor, maniac or whatever, all right, you're going to die. So what happens is people since the beginning of time have realized if we come together, if we build together, we won't die alone. See, think about this. When you're walking in the mountains and all this other stuff, what they say to you is they're like, hey, watch out. There might be a bobcat out there. There might be a bear out there. There might be something of that nature. But why is it that you don't get attacked once you're walking with a group of people? See, when you're with a group of people walking in the mountains, all of a sudden, what's happening is you're scaring off all the wild animals. See, once you're together, you're very strong, okay? I was watching a documentary on, I want to say it was a volcano. Yeah, it was a volcano that was extinct, and it began to blow up. Now, what they did is that actually we're looking at research on when the last amount of people died. See, some of them, they said they were immediately covered up. They were immediately blown up. And then they said at the next ones, people were running for their lives. And then they said when they got farther out, what they realized is that these people should have made it alive. These people should have been able to escape, but they did not. And thousands of people died. In fact, they said a majority of the people died that could have escaped. And they said that there was only one reason that could have caused this. It's because, I got chills thinking about that. It's because they didn't want to leave each other. They said there's something about when danger is happening and all this other stuff that the human breaks. Some people will go save themselves, but it's actually a majority of them actually do not want to save themselves. A majority of them do not want to leave people behind. So build together or die alone. I'd rather die with people than die by myself. Build together or die alone. That's going to be me for culture right there. Now we're flipping this over. We got momentum. All right? Momentum. Okay? Now write this down. What is momentum? Okay? Momentum is excitement. Okay? Momentum is excitement. So what I've really realized is we're all energy, okay? All of us are energy. That's all we are. We have a body, but we're all energy. We all know this. If you've been in here for like 1 month, you already know it right out the gate when you come in. You go from not knowing anything, all of a sudden you're like, I'm vibrating high. You know what I mean? You're like law of attraction. We're geniuses when we come in. You know what I mean? Like, after 1 week in here, we know everything about law of attraction. You're like, oh, The Secret? Yep, read that one time. You know what I mean? It's crazy. That's great though. That's great. I'm serious. So we're all energy, right? Now let's think about this really quick. All right. If we're all energy, what's momentum? Now, if you think about this really quick, and you know what? I want to give you guys a visual. on this. All right. Let's look at this. So yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. So I want to reverse engineer. Okay. I want to reverse engineer momentum. So let's look at this. We've got, let's just say, Fortune, that's an F, that's ugly, but Fortune 500 companies, okay? I don't know I don't know what that is. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, guys. We got Fortune 500 companies, right? Now think about trading. When you're trading, right, you start on the bigger time frame, and then you zoom in. Now you got the Fortune 500 companies. Then what happens is what happens is you then have let's just say I Am Mastery Academy. But let's zoom in even more, right? And I'm just giving you an example here, all right? In fact, let's just say this. I'm sorry. You got the stock market above that. Okay? And then that you could call this, for example, the S&P or something. You know, that would be that. Never mind. But yeah, you got the whole stock market, whatever. Okay, cool. Then you got Iron Mastery Academy, okay? Then what happens is, let's zoom in. And then you got Matt and Jason's organization. You got Matt and Jason's organization. Let's zoom in more, right? Then in Matt and Jason's organization, you have, let's just put Cash the Great, okay? Then we zoom in, and then you got, let's put Millionaire Mentor, MM. Then you zoom in more, and then you've got your leader, and then you've got you, okay? So we've got Fortune 500, and we're zooming in. So you got Fortune 500 I am to Matt and Jason. And Matt and Jason to Cash the Great. Cash the Great to Millionaire Mentor, Jason Stone, right? Then we got to Millionaire Mentor to your leader, and then we've got you. Now, what's my point there? If we're able to look in this deeply, right? And we're thinking, why is I Am Master Academy, right, in momentum? The Pomomo, why are they in momentum? It's because if you zoom in, right, if you zoom in all the way to the bottom, what you'll find is there's excitement. Okay? And excitement creates momentum. See, it's not I Am Mastery Academy that's creating momentum. It's not, Matt and Jason that's creating momentum. It's the small organization that's adding up to create this big form of momentum. Now, why is that so important for us to know? Because what I've really realized is if you could understand, right, what creates momentum and what momentum is, because see, a lot of us don't even know what momentum is. Like, we're not even actually thinking about the word of momentum. We just think we're blowing up. But why? Because if you can find out why, then you can create momentum. And so here's the thing. If momentum equals excitement, now let's think about this. Then if we can find out why people are excited, then we can recreate the experience of excitement, and then we will always be in momentum. I hope that makes sense. So you'll see I'm reverse engineering all the way to, and I'm zooming in to then pinpoint what creates an excited person. Because if I can find out and understand what creates an excited person, all right, God bless anyone that was not on this call. All right, if I can find out what creates an excited person, then I will always be in momentum. And so I don't know if you guys realize, but I'm going around like I'm not the individual that's going around wanting to just stand on chairs and scream. I'm not that person, but I will be that person if I need to be, right? And because this is a team sport. So I'm excited. Now let's write this down. What creates excitement? Excitement is going to be your bullet point, right? Now let's say rank ups creates excitement, right? And rank ups create momentum. You can literally put excitement is momentum. You shouldn't even call it momentum. You should train your brain to understand, right, that excitement and that momentum is really excitement. Train your brain to understand it's excitement that you're looking for. If you could do that, then you're always going to be thinking that way, okay? So rank ups creates momentum. So the more rank ups you're getting, and guess what, by the way, you can have a culture of rank ups. Write that down. You can have a culture of rank ups. Write that down. It's key you understand that, right? A culture of momentum, okay? So rank ups creates excitement. And then the next thing is that new welcomes creates excitement. Okay, then you've got profits. Profits creates excitement. Now we can't post them, but you can drop them in the chat room, right? You can drop them in the chat room. You can drop rank ups in the chat room. See, is there culture inside your chat room? Is your chat room dead, or are you all welcoming the newer person? Is the chat room dead, or are you guys all congratulating the newest rank up? Now let's think about this. A lot of us, we are not welcoming new people, but you want your newer member to get welcomed, but you don't want to welcome newer members. So again, you're taking from the culture, but you're not creating it. right? It's just crazy. Oh, guys, guess what? New welcome. And then you're getting upset. But guess what? If the newer member is seeing welcome, 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 rank up, rank up, rank up, rank up, rank up, what do you think that they want to do? They want to rank up. It creates a culture of rank ups. It creates a culture of rank ups. So you got that. Write this down. Incentives creates excitement. By the way, I would side note this one and say that oh, this is the weakest form. This is the weakest form of excitement. It's the weakest one. Why? Because incentives are temporary. When we shouldn't have to essentially buy someone's excitement. It's good to have some type of incentives, but we want people to be naturally excited, right? So incentives is, promos, like promos, for example. All right. Those are promos is rewards. There we go. Every contest, everyone's reverse engineering the word incentives. So incentives is the weakest form, right? Recognition creates momentum. Recognition creates momentum. All right, now write that down. So recognition creates momentum. All right, now let me think about this. Cool, boom, boom, boom. I got my notes kind of all over the place on this. All right, so those are the things. So we got the welcoming. Now think about this really quick. I want to be able to take advantage of my momentum, right? Now, momentum is always happening now. Momentum is always happening now. So what do I want to do? See, here's the thing. If I can understand that the strongest form of momentum, the strongest form of excitement is your newest member. That is the strongest form. And that's what you got to highlight. That's the most important thing of your life right there. That's why I'm going down to the bottom of what excitement is. Why? Because if I understand that, I can really create some damage. So now the next thing that you got to understand is momentum is in the launch. Momentum is in the launch. Okay? Whoever's recording this, could you send your boy this? Because I really would like to upload this one. Momentum is in. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm an idiot. All right. So you're doing like a Macarena. So momentum is in the launch. So what's this mean? Okay. Well, when a newer member comes in, they're excited. So what I want to do is take advantage of that excitement. That's why I want to do P150 in 7 days. I love you too. P150 in 7 days, right? I want to do, I want to think about this. Momentum is a laser, right? And a laser is a bunch of light particles that's essentially kind of honed in to go in a straight line very fast. If you have light spread out everywhere, that's not really momentum. However, if you sit there and you hone it in, that's why when you have a magnifying glass, you can be evil and fry ants, right? So my thing is that I'm sorry, guys, I don't know what's wrong with me. So my thing is that you want to be thinking, let me focus all of this energy coming in, and let me focus this excited person. Let me focus them on ranking up, because ranking up is momentum. So if you can say, boom, let me take this excited person. If you can say, let me take this excited person. I don't even know if that's how you spell excited. I don't know. You ain't got to be smart. That is not how you spell excited, but whatever. All right. If you can, that's definitely not how you spell excited. Excited person, and then you launch them correctly, but you launch them into ranking up. Now let's think about it. You've got one form of momentum, you got another form of momentum. And since you're bringing people in, so this is ranking up. Then what happens is you're getting the welcomes in the chat as well, all right? And it literally creates a whole circle that just goes around. It just goes in circles, right? So you want to hone in and focus on the 99% of your momentum is going to come through that launch. 99. Now, what's the next thing? This is why we throw home events from the launch. This is why we want to schedule home events from the launch. You hear me talk about this all the time, right? I talk about this all the time. Few listen, right? Everyone hears it, but only few listen to this, okay? But you want to schedule it in the launch. The other thing you want to do is schedule the personal op call. The keyword, personal op call, not a team op call. Their personal op call. Why? Because you have this excited member, right? And you're applying pressure for them to focus on getting to P150 in that launch. And so now you're literally throwing an event right into your newest members' form of energy, right into that excitement for them to now bring in more people. See, now the fear is that the biggest fear that we all have is this person might quit. Well, you want to know what? They were going to quit anyways if they're going to quit. So you might as well, right, encourage them and help them get to P150 in the first 7 days. That way they don't quit, because if they're going to quit, they're going to quit anyways. So take advantage. Now, here's the other thing. I want a 1-for-1 exchange at minimum, right? So first of all, I want to score in 24, because the highest level, or the highest success rate is typically going to be within the first 48 hours, right? Within the first 48 hours, right, is typically where the highest success rate will be. Why? Because that newer member is excited. They're a lot more likely to listen to you. Even if they're scared, they're more likely to listen to you, right? What happens is after day seven, all of that excitement goes away, and now they just want to trade, right? Now they just want to blah, 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 blah. So you get the point, okay? Now we got that going on, boom. So now what we want to do is maybe we can incentivize and stuff like that, but these are the key things. And we also want to throw in just a little bit of love into the mix, okay? Now I want to talk about productivity really fast, okay? Productivity creates momentum. Okay, productivity creates momentum. Write that down. Productivity creates momentum. Why is this so important to know? Because a lot of us are being active and we're not being productive. Now, the only thing that is being productive is doing MMA's, money-making activities. See, here's my thing. When we go on to Instagram, a lot of us are not aware enough to see what we're doing. And I really found this out when I was stuck at the position of Platinum 5,000, right? I was stuck at the position of Platinum 5,000. And I was like, I'm going all in. So I wrote my schedule down like you're supposed to, right? And then I was like, for 3 hours a day, I'm going on and I'm recruiting. The problem is I put 3 hours a day, and I'm explaining why. Because when I went on there, I finally realized after months of doing this, I had this, it's like God just slapped me in the face and was like, do you realize that you might be getting on Instagram for 3 hours a day, but you're not actually being productive? I'm like, what do you mean, God? He's like, well, let me tell you, Cash, all right? He's like, what you're doing is you're getting on Instagram and you're scrolling and you truly actually think that you're grinding. You think that you're recruiting. You think that you're in phase one, but you're really not. See, the problem is a lot of us are not aware enough to know this. So what we're doing is we're doing great. We're scheduling the time to go do the things that we don't want to do because no one wants to recruit, right? But the problem is that we're being active and we don't even realize it. So then you go to your mentor and you're like, hey, Corinne, I just so you know, I've been talking to hundreds of people this week. And you truly believe what you're saying. You truly do. You really think that you did that. And then she's going to be like, well, that's weird. Why am I like, that's just so odd. Like, why am I only getting one call from you? You know what I mean? Or none, or three. And she's trying to figure this out. And then she's like, is this person like, you know what? Maybe they're bluffing. That's what I'd be thinking. And then here's the other thing. Maybe you really thought that you were. I used to think people were lying. As a mentor, I thought everyone was lying to me. I'm like, bro, you're saying you talked to 100 people, but we got on one call this week, right? Makes no sense to me. Then I'm like, oh, you thought you did. So here's my point. Are you tracking your productivity? And how do you track productivity? In order to truly track productivity, you want to go to how many people am I sending the link to? How many people am I having watch the video? That's how you can track it. How many people are actually getting on a call? See, you don't track how many people you talk to. See, I hear people, I'm going to talk to 100 people a day. No, you need to think of how many people are you going to send the link to a day? How many people are you going to send the op call to a day? How many people are you going to bring to an event? See, just because you invited 20 people to the event, that doesn't mean 20 people showed up, okay? So you want to be able to track how many, because if you've talked to 100 and only 3 people have shown the plan, seen the plan, see, a lot of us, we actually have better numbers than we think. See, a lot of us were thinking, man, I've talked to 100 people, but only 1 person signed up. I'm like, you've talked to 100 people, but only 10 of them have seen the plan and 1 have signed up. You're actually doing amazing. You just don't think that you are. See, that's key for you to understand. So here's the thing. Take out all of that fluff and start honing in on that productivity. When you meet up for grind sessions, take out all that fluff and start honing in on that productivity. And I'm almost done because I don't like to go over an hour in trainings, okay? The next thing is big events create momentum, okay? Big events create momentum, all right? And this is a really straight to the point training for you guys too, all right? So like no fluff in this training, which is great. So hopefully don't lose my attention here, okay? Because we're almost done. Now, I always show this, but I like to reverse engineer things big time. That's just, you'll always hear me talk about that. Now, this is going to be like the sun when I was 12, but this is really supposed to be a star, but you know, the sun's a star, so whatever, right? That is going to be, right, your dream. Write that down. That's your dream. It's really key. You got to write this down. Make this somewhere in your paper, and I'm about to draw a whole line here, or a whole graph here, okay? That's your dream, but we're going to reverse engineer your dream. All right, by the way, this is also your goal here, okay? Your goal. What's your goal? Let's just say Chairman 10, all right? Now, this is why we got to be able to track our progression and our results. And this is, again, we're talking about momentum right now, right? Big events create momentum. So if bigger events create momentum, then what I want to do is, that's my dream. Let's reverse engineer, and we put the company convention, right? So here's my thing. You know, damn, I'm not even in the circle. You guys, I'm just, man. Anyways, so here's my thing. As a chairman 50, about to be chairman 100, I went all in again after the event. You get what I'm saying? Like, I need the events. You want to know why? It's because big decisions happen at big events. All right? And so what I want to be thinking is I want to get anyone that truly knows how to build, anyone that knows how to build knows the only thing that matters, the only thing is how many people can you get to that big event. That's what's going to create you as chairman. I'm going to say that again because you should be that right there. The only thing that matters is how many people you get to that event. All right? Because that is what's going to create chairman. That's where everything's at. All right? Now, here's the thing. This is your 1-year goal. So this is going to be your 1-year goal, right? December 31st, January, you guys know the vibes, right? So now let's write this. Convention, there's typically 2 a year. Okay, now let's reverse engineer more. Let's reverse engineer more. Now, I got to be thinking, I want to get as many people as possible to that big event. Now, write this down. For every single, this is on average, okay? This is not a fact, but this is just on average. For every person that you bring to a big event or a company convention, on average, okay, it will add about $1,000 extra to your paycheck. And it's about right if you think about it. Now, think about $1,000 a year, by the way. I'm sorry, $1,000 a year added to your paycheck. Now, that's about right if you think about it. Okay, now let's think. If you bring, let's just say 50 people to the event, okay, 50 people to a big event, that's going to put you roughly at Platinum 5,000, 50K, 60K a year. That's about right, okay? So, chairman, I want to bring 100 because that's 100,000 a year. So if you can bring 100 people to a big event, I just need something a little bit factual. See, success does not have to be spot on, but it gives me something to have a goal set from, all right? Because we're talking about productivity. So 100 people. So now I got to be thinking, how many people can I get to this big event? And so how do we do that? Well, if we reverse engineer, then what happens is we've got regionals. Regionals, right? Regionals, that's what that is, regionals. So how many regionals is there a year? Okay, I would say anywhere between 2 to 4, but for this purposes, I'm gonna put we have about 4 a year, or we could say quarterly, 4 a year. Now, what we gotta be thinking is, the more people I can get to these regionals, the more people I can get to convention. Let's reverse engineer more. Now it's gonna be, what else do we have? I'm gonna put TL, okay? We have top leaders flying out to your location. Top leaders flying out to your location. How many times? Maybe about 4 a year also. Maybe, I don't know, but let's just put 4 a year. So now you gotta be thinking, the more people I can get the more people I can get to the event when my top leaders fly out, the more people I can get to regionals, and the more people I can get to convention, okay? Now what's gonna come down to is this, okay? Well, how do I drive more momentum? Now write this down, by the way. It doesn't matter what happens at the event. It's what happens before and after the events that creates momentum, okay? So now the next thing is hotel events. So H right there. How many hotel events are you having? See, now we're going to be going down from essentially this monthly, right? For the quarterly of the year. We went from we went from 1 year goal, and then we went to 2 events. We went to quarterly right here. And now what we're going to be going down to is essentially the monthly. I suggest you have at least one hotel event a month inside your bigger locations. Now, the more people you can get to your hotel event, the more people you can get when the top leader comes out, and so on. Now, boom. Now, how do we get more people to the hotel event? We got to be thinking. Now, let's zoom it in more, and let's go down to our weekly. See, I'm trading right here. Because remember, I just showed you how the stock market works and how it is if you hone in on excitement and all this other stuff. So let's look at this. I'm showing you literally how this works still by doing the exact same thing within our organization. I'm taking the big time frame on our goal and I'm pinpointing our momentum. So now we got the 1 week, or we got the weekly, and we should be having essentially, right, at minimum, two home events a week. That's at minimum, mandatory, minimum. Notice I'm only talking about offline, by the way. No, you notice I ain't said shit about online? Because I don't care about online. I just don't. All right. I mean, I might be old school, but I just don't care about online like that. Like Instagram's very important and all this other stuff, but you don't get true momentum online. All right. So this is going to be HE. Home events. Now you got to be thinking, right? Great question. What's the next one, Cash? Let's go down to the daily. And you got 1 verse 1s, one-on-ones. Okay? So the more one-on-ones we have, okay, and this is the daily now. Look at this. We got daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, your year, all right? Your year, your 6 month or whatever, in a year here. Now we're down to the daily. So if you can get more, or what are you doing on your daily? That's going to help get more people to your home events, okay? To your home events, which is going to help you create more momentum, right? Boom. Now, the last thing is, and then that's going to be, let's go down to your hourly, okay? What's going on in your hourly? What's going on in your hourly? And you want to know what? I ran out of room, but what I really want to say is your one-on-ones, by the way, it should really be slashed hourly. You should be having one-on-ones all day. That's what you should be doing. So this is a straight line because we want success to be like that and not like that one thing we all see where success is like this, right? So what we want is a straight line. So this is going to be the straight line, and then we got our 1 minute. We got our 1 minute. Now, I'm now at the very back end of this training. I'm on my last word here. Look, so here's the thing. You got your big dream here, and that's the vision. And you're working towards the vision, and you got to have a game plan. And then what you do is you reverse engineer that. And you go from the 1 year all the way from back, reverse all the way to the 1 minute. And so this is what a lot of us are not understanding right now, okay? This is where productivity comes in, and this is where we are able to see who really wants it. See, here's my thing. Why am I making as much money as I'm making, and I'm out grinding everybody that I'm making more money? I'm making people's dream income, and I'm still out grinding everybody. I'm still traveling around the world. I'm still chasing my dreams. You've got to be understanding. Think about that really quick. So what's this mean? This means you reverse engineer this and you say, this is my goal. My goal is chairman because I want to change my family's lives. I want to do that. I want to live better. I want financial freedom. I want time freedom. I want the cloud. I want whatever. And guess what? That's so great to have that vision. But here's the time when you're not going to feel like doing shit. That's the time. And so this is where the girls become women and the boys become men, is right here. Because this is where you put your money where your mouth is at. And we say, what are you doing on your minute chart? Because once you wake up, are you actually getting in the trenches? Because the more people, right, the more people that you start talking to on this 1 minute is the more people you'll get into these one-on-ones. And the more people get on the one-on-ones is the more people you get to the home events. And the more people get to the home events, the more people get to the monthly. The more people get to the monthly is the more people you get to the top leader coming out. And the more people get the top leader coming out, is more people to the regionals. And then the more people get to the regionals, we want the 100, is we use this as our game plan to get to that 100. And if I can get 100, or when I can get 100 to the convention, I will then get to chairman, which is my goal. So the last form of momentum on my chart is actually the main person that creates momentum is you. Right? Is you. You dictate your momentum. What are you doing on? Here's my thing. I don't know who's got the big teams on here, but have you ever noticed the times that you're out grinding your face off is the time that you're in momentum? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed when you're grinding and you feel good and your business is booming? Everything, people are hitting you up for calls. It's not because you randomly got momentum. It's because you've got some type of motivation to go in there and start grinding, and all of a sudden you're thinking that, oh, you're attracting right now, but you're actually creating momentum, and you're by you taking steps and by you doing those things, that's why you're getting the calls. See, the universe will always start manifesting things inside for you once you start making movements. You must move in the correct way for the universe to know what you want. See, here's the thing. A lot of people think that if I can think it, I can have it. Yes, that's kind of true, but at the end of the day, you've also got to take the steps because everyone's thinking things. And if the universe was to give every single person what they're thinking, we would all be doomed. See, the thing is that yes, you've got to think, but are you also taking the action? Are you also moving, right? Movement creates momentum, right? So you've got to start taking the steps to do the things that you want to do. So we went over culture, we went over momentum, we went over everything, but you've got to be thinking, what are you going to be doing, okay? Because it's not going to be Jason, Corinne, or anyone else on your team that's going to take you to chairman. They're going to help you, but it's all going to pinpoint all the way down to you. All the way down to you. It's not my upline doesn't trade, my team doesn't trade, I'm confused, there's not enough trainings, right? How is it? Here's my thing. I am center. Now, we got the I am center. Why is it that on I am center, like when you log into I am center, does it say your name / upline, or does it say, right, your name? It's your name. What the hell does your upline got to do with you and trading? I don't understand that part. You signed up when we were going, here's my thing. When we were going through the presentation, where in the presentation does it say, hey, upline's going to teach you trading? It says that nowhere on there, right? It says you've got the I Am Academy, you've got Go Live, and you get in there, plug your ass in, and get to work. Don't start blaming other people for why it is that you don't want to plug in, right? Don't start blaming other people. It's either you're going to get motivated by your boss or you're going to be self-motivated. That's why we're IBOs, independent business owners. Okay? And I swear I'm almost done here. I want you guys to truly understand that when it comes to trading, you learn by yourself, right, in an environment that help you and mentor you, but you got to plug in by yourself. That's a you thing, not an upline thing, not a sideline thing, not a company thing. We got people making millions of dollars trading. So stop going around saying, oh, the company doesn't work. Then why are people becoming successful then? That makes no sense. You got 24 hours, 7 days a week of live education, and you're talking about like you don't know how to trade. Oh, what are you saying? That's like having Netflix and saying I don't have movies. It makes no sense. Like, just stop that, right? And the last part of that is, let's talk about building. Here's my thing. So many people I hear all the time, my upline's not helping me, my mentor's not helping me. I guarantee you got people on this call talking about Jason Stone. You know what? He doesn't really talk to me that much. Like, he might say hi and all that. Here, do you guys know what it's like to have a team of thousands of people? Do you know? It's kind of difficult to sit there and call every single person, and then you got a life as well. He's got kids, blah blah blah. So at the end of the day, right? Here's the thing: we love you, but you gotta love yourself a lot more. You've got to be the one that's gonna create your own momentum and stop blaming it on other people. It's not the team, it's not the culture, it's not the upline, it's not the company. It's just you. It's just you. So wrapping this all up. Okay, we are in massive momentum. You just popped the Chairman 25. You guys are blowing up. You have a boot camp. You got a lot going on for you. Are you going to make that decision to commit to go all in? So that's all I got for you. I love all of you. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Let's get it. Love you guys. Thank you for having me on here. Corinne, take it over.
Thank you so much. Everyone unmute yourselves and go crazy for cash. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cash.
Let's talk about
Thank you.
That was amazing.
So much for coming on. That was crazy. This is exactly what we needed. Felipe, I'm going to pass the word back over to you. I just had to come on here and really, Cash, thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, Cash was amazing. Guys. Thank you, Cash, for being here.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I wasn't sure if I was like talking. And yeah, like this isn't even your team and you come on here and you pour heart and soul into us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And guys, we are in huge momentum. And after that, like no excuses. Like no excuses. Minimum next 2 ranks up. Like make the decision now. Make the decision now. We have everything.
Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Felipe, back to you.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here, guys. He was just amazing. You literally have nothing to say about that. He was just amazing. I took a bunch of notes. Hope you guys took notes too. As a matter of fact, we only retain 5% of the information we hear if you don't write things down. So I hope you took notes. You too, Sarah. I hope you took notes. And guys, I really hope really took notes. It was just amazing. I want to pinpoint one thing he said here. I have it here. Yes. He said, you get paid for the value you put in the universe. Help as many people as possible. That thing was just amazing, guys. And actually, it refers a lot with something that Matt says often says, word from an abundance mindset and not from a scarcity mindset. And it really shows how Cash is learning from Matt and how we should learn from both of them. So again, thank you, Cash, for being here. And thank you for being such a great mentor. And thank you, Corinne, for making this call happen. And thank you guys for being here. But now, guys, it's time for our surprise guest. I have to say today, when Corinne said he was going to speak, I went crazy. My words were like, whoa! I literally went like this. I love this man. The reality is, up until a couple of weeks ago, I didn't follow him that much. I know who he was, but I hadn't watched or listened to any of his content. Then a couple of weeks ago, Sarah was so kind to share with me some recordings. And in one of these recordings, he was speaking. It was a 2 hours recording, guys. And I've already listened to this twice because it's really amazing. This man has taught me so much. You know, Matt talked about this on Wednesday, give up to go up. And I thought I was already doing that because, yes, I have gave up a lot of things, parties, time with friends, and even family and stuff. my Xbox, a lot of things. And I thought I was doing cool. But then I listened to that audio and I was like, all right, I have to step up. I had to step up because this man, he started from less than zero, guys. This man went to meet Christopher Terry with a woman's blazer on. All right, he couldn't afford to buy his own blazer. He had a woman's blazer on. He has like some old shoes and stuff. He was like just in a shitty place in his life, but he wanted to change things around, and he did. And he was literally since then I've been consuming a lot of his content, and I started stepping my game up. I really understood the importance of having a morning routine. So thank you for teaching me this, and I've taken this from you in the last week. I started applying what you said in my life, and it's going well. Guys, our surprise guest is no less than Chairman 250, Austin Gotzi. So grateful to have you here, man. So blessed to have you here with us. Let's put some fire in the chat for Austin, guys. He's just amazing. He's an amazing person. Austin, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Felipe, right? Felipe.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yes.
Awesome. Where you from, bro?
Italy.
Italy. Well, bro, I'm waiting for the invite. You ain't got to tell me twice. I've been to Rome, and I don't know if I'm biased. I'm not trying to just chat, but bro, they have the best food in New Zealand, bro.
Yeah, so, man. Yeah. You can tell by looking at me. Yeah.
Well, look, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the kind words. Cash, wow. We just sat here and watched your training. I don't really know what to do. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm glad that I went last because all the good speakers spoke first. I saw a few people might have jumped off when they heard Austin's coming on. They're like, I don't want to hear this crazy guy speak. But bro, Cash just really, what Cash just broke down, I'm pretty damn surprised. As he was talking about, working with sidelines, working with other people. Cash is somebody that I've watched from afar that has really just poured value out. He's come a long way. So what he just broke down to, it was very aggressive. It was very blunt. It was very upfront. I'm literally sitting as Cash is speaking. I'm like editing my little bullet points. I'm like, I really don't know what I want to talk about because I wanted to come on here and provide some value for you guys. Just to let you know, I did get a surgery. So my face, if I look like a chipmunk, it's all good. Don't perceive me or judge me. I had my wisdom teeth pulled out. So I heard Cash screaming. Cash and I are high energy people, but on today's call, I'm going to be whispering. I'm going to be quiet because it hurts to talk. So I'm glad to be here, but Cash, bro, you absolutely killed that, bro. Chairman 250, Chairman 500, Chairman 750, loading, bro. So I'm excited. I'll get right into it. I don't want to take too much more of you guys' time. I want to congratulate you guys on showing up for your success being here. I hope that you guys really took a lot of notes. And like Cash said, I really want that recording as well. My team is on here too. I have a few leaders on here and they're absolutely loving it. So if you guys are getting value out of today's call, go ahead and drop some fire emojis below. I know that you had other leaders on here as well. I jumped on to hear Cash speak and it was absolutely mind blowing. So sheesh. Now look, from today, I'm going to keep my energy kind of where it is right now. You guys might be surprised. Like, I thought Austin was going to come on here and scream, but it hurts immensely to talk right now. So I'm going to keep it cool so I don't start crying on here again in front of you guys. So look, after today's call, it's not about what you've learned. It's not about what you know. It's really about what you do, right? Taking massive action. As my mentor always told me, look, it's not about what you know. To know and not do is to not even know at all. Leave this call and really just take massive action. The main thing that holds people back is kind of like uncertainty, fear, or doubt. And I'm going to tell you what, the first thing I would put on your paper right now is you have to keep God at the center of everything you do. You heard it time and time again. Whew! You heard it time and time again, right? You cannot love somebody else properly if you don't love God more than anybody else. Right? Especially for those of you who know that you're in a marriage or relationship, you can't love your significant other unless you love God more than them. Right? So first of all, being able to go out there and lead and love on people, I'm telling you what, I'm getting blown up right now. Put this on mute. Being able to take this information, God, nothing from God is with confusion, is doubt, is fearful. Right? God will give you certainty. God will give you clarity. Now, not to say on this journey, not to say in the business, not to say when you're going through the lows and the valleys that there will be confusion. There will be uncertainty. There will be doubt, but it will not come from God. So taking everything that you're learning here today, just apply it, right? You're going to fall flat on your face. The difference between the top earners, the top leaders, as Cash talked about, when you log into your IM center, it has your name, right? We all have the same products, same CEO, the same comp plan. I just enrolled somebody 2 weeks ago and it blew my mind. I could already tell some people that come into the business have that big ego, small, little ass bank account. Don't be that person who thinks they're just going to do everything. I'm going to do it my way. Or don't be the person who's like, oh, I'm going to study. Well, Jason Stone's C25, by the way, congratulations. Cash is chairman 50. I'm not going to listen to my P1000 leader. Or why would I study my P2000 leader? Don't overstep and be disrespectful to the people that laid it out and done it before you, right? I hear a lot of people, they're like, I'm on my chairman grind. I'm going to go chairman. I'm going to go chairman. But they're not even P2000 yet. They're not even P1000 yet. Why are you not doing, a lot of people hear the quote that says, do what they do, say what they say, get what they get. Now, there's some truth to that saying, right? If you want to be a 6-figure, 7-figure earner, I'm going to go into some points and bullets in this training. But guys, study and watch and mimic and follow the leaders that are already doing it. But more importantly, I'm not watching what Cash is doing. I'm not watching what Jason's doing. I'm not watching what Emery's doing now in my business if I'm brand new. Or I'm a P2 or a P1 or a P6. Guess what I'm doing? What were they doing when they were a P6? What were they doing when they were a P1? What were they doing when they were a P5? I'm studying, say what they said, do what they did, and I'm going to get what they got. Does that make sense? So, my jaw is screaming right now, bro. I feel like Jason Stone with the Muay Thai just hit me on the side of the neck right now, bro. Whew. All right, look. Guys, to see change, you must be the change first, as Jim Rohn says. You can cut that off. It's good. I'm not going to close the whole train. I just went a little bit. Guys, to see change, you must be the change first. Now, ask yourself this question. Jot this down on your piece of paper. A lot of us in this business, as John Maxwell once said, he said, your leadership value, as it starts to increase, your attractability, right? What was that? Sheesh, the house is madness right now, bro. The GV mansion, there'd be some crazy stuff going on here. Look, your attractability. Now, don't let this hinder you. Some of the old quotes we've heard in the industry, guys, it's completely changed. We used to be able to say, people don't join the company. They only join you. People join you, not the company. Now, that's true. People are going to join you. They're looking to join somebody of value, but we have the juice. I mean, Forex, cryptocurrency, e-commerce, you cannot be that high level of a leader and show someone the platform and they're like, I don't really care about you. This makes sense. I'm going to do it. But guys, look, would you join you? I loved how Cash talked about the social media thing. Social media is important, but guess what? Like Cash and myself, look, we were grinding so freaking hard offline that we would take our offline grind and post it to online, and that's what made it attractable for people to join us. We weren't just posting pictures in front of cars and posting stuff and attractable. No, we were actually out there belly to belly in the grind, traveling, making moves, doing the work. So would you join you, right? I had to go to the mirror when I first joined the industry. And this law of average ties into everything. How many people are you able to close out? How many people, when you go and invite them to an event or to an op call, are actually going to come based upon would you join you? Would you follow you? Right? If I look at your social media profile right now, I have 3 seconds to look at, is this the kind of person I want to join in the business? And you don't have to be a professional, suit and tie, cleaned up, right? But envision this. How would you act if you were already a chairman? How would you act if you were already a 6-figure earner? How would you dress if you were already, as Felipe talked about, look, my girlfriend over here was like, who the hell's woman blazer was that? Whose women blazer was that? Right? It was from Goodwill. or Salvation Army. I called it Salvation Armani. They didn't know your boy was looking real fresh, right? It was like a $5 women's blazer, right? I had to get the hair, I had to go get the little haircut, right? You know, you attract who you are, right? All energy will seek its equal. So when I came into the company, I had to change some things, right? I cut off the TV, I cut off the Netflix. There was a point in time in my career where I was not listening to music, right? I cut out the music. You know, some people come into the business are like, yo, why am I not seeing success? Why am I not growing? Why am I plateauing? And it's like, motherfucker, are you growing? Are you growing? The most important investment you're making is the one in yourself. But a lot of people work really hard on the business, but they're not working hard on themselves. They're not growing themselves as people. And number one, how do you do that? Okay, yes, you can read books, listen to audios, watch videos, get on trainings, take notes. But like Cass talked about, doing the damn work. You're going to learn more from hosting your own hotel event than studying hours of how to do hotel events. You're going to learn more from prospecting one person than watching a video by Eric Orr on how to recruit 10 people. You're going to learn by doing the work. Obviously, it's important to study and grow and learn, right? But it's also important that you just do the work, right? So look at this. Guys, Cash broke it down. You know, we have SummerSlam. I know some of you guys are in other countries. Some of you guys are in Europe. Some of you guys are in India. Some of you guys are in Australia. Some of you guys are all over the place. But for those of you who are in the States, let me tell you what. And I know, trust me, 95% of my business is international, right? In Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in South America. So I can feel with you guys the struggle of the in-person events, the momentum, the energy, and getting back to that grind. But for those of you who are in America, SummerSlam, right? We have that in August. So through these next, few months, building to that event, what Cash broke down was so simple for you to follow. So what I would say is, look, today's activities, right? This week's activities, this month's activities, today is going to dictate your results in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Now, look, there's really 3 questions that I'll kind of ask myself every day. When I was going on my chairman grind, I don't even call it like that chairman run, but the journey to getting to the chairman, right? It's not a destination, because as soon as I hit chairman 10, listen, back in 2015, when I hit chairman 10, it wasn't even called chairman 10, right? Yo, you guys have the best platform right now. When we came into the company, the only product we had was the harmonic scanner. The only product we had was the harmonic scanner. Now, let me emphasize that. It took you like 6 hours to download the scanner, encrypt it, code, set it up on your computer. And we figured out how to get it onto our smartphones by mirroring it. Yo, people were like, oh my gosh, is that the scanner on your phone? Like if you walked in and you were like, yo, I got the scanner on my phone. It was like, oh, yo, he got the scanner on his phone. Now you guys just simply log in. You don't get it. It's too easy. But guys, I'm telling you, as soon as I hit chairman 10 in the company, my first thought was, how do I help another 10 people right now get to chairman 10, right? As soon as you start to see momentum, when you go P6 and P1 and P2 and P5 and chairman, the first thought should be, I need to do 10 times more of what got me here right now, right? So the 3 questions I was asking myself daily was, number 1, look, simply, what would my team look like if it duplicated what I did today? What Cash is talking about is like, look, he put it pretty simply. Write this down right here. Marry productivity and divorce activity. A lot of people are just active. They're grinding. They're working. Guys, marry productivity, divorce activity. A lot of people in corporate America, a lot of people in jobs, right? Brian Tracy talks about how at the normal 9 to 5, in a cubicle, right? 60% of people's time is actually spent doing what needs to be done. The other 40%, they're at the water fountain, they're on email, they're just chilling, right? So most people throughout their days, they're not even putting in the productivity. They're not on calls, they're not presenting, they're not promoting, right? And a little side note, you don't have, when you're brand new, flex. What do I mean by that? Flex what you have. You don't have to be successful yet. You don't have to have the car. You don't have to have the house. To become a millionaire or a six-figure earner in the business is actually pretty simple. You know, one of my favorite stories is Nigel and Khalil Stinson. Guys, on their chairman run, when they hit chairman 10, they weren't even hosting their hotel events. They weren't doing all the presentations. They weren't closing all their prospects. Let me tell you why. Because there was other people who were already doing it that were good at it. Guys, we have almost 500 chairmen in the company. Now, how Cash is talking about sideline help, you know, you guys have great uplines, great leadership. If you become a good promoter, getting people to the op calls, getting people to one-on-ones, two-on-ones, home events, three-way calls. If you can be a good promoter, right? Mike Tyson, one of the best boxers of all time, lost all of his money, lost all of his fortune. They said that one of his birthday parties, he spent $20 million on a birthday party. Bro, what the hell did you spend $20 million on it? Like, yo, I don't know about y'all, but I'm like, we can have that kind of birthday party. But yo, my man's net worth was at $1 million back in 2010. $1 million. Lost all of his money. But Don King was worth $300 million. He never stepped into the ring. He never got punched in the face. He never got beat up. He was a good promoter. So if you can promote, so what would my team look like if it duplicated what I did today? Oh, well, you know, I went to church. That's God comes first. That's important. I prayed. I went to the gym. I ate really healthy. I read a book. You know, I got on a training call and I took notes. Okay. If your team duplicated all that, would your team be growing? No. Maybe they're growing spiritually, mentally, which is important. But when it comes to the business, did you actually do things that if your team duplicated, your team would be growing? Did you close somebody? Did you get people onto the out calls? Did you prospect new people? Did you present? Did you promote, right? Number 2 is going to be, did I work smarter, not harder? Number 1, how many people did you get onto this call right now from your team? There's probably some people in your organization that are not present on the call because they sold you. Well, I'm not a salesman. Yo, who here has a kid? Who here has a child? Let me tell you what. If you put your child to bed before, you are a salesman. You had to sell your child on get your butt. Yo, have you ever put your kid to bed and it sounds like a robbery? Like, shut up, get to bed, lay down, don't move. Like, yo, it sounds like a robbery. It sounds like a kidnap's going on, right? Have you ever dated somebody? Have you ever married somebody? Have you ever got a job? Have you ever got accepted to a college? You have had to sell people. We live in a world where you are selling or you get sold, right? So if your team's not on the call right now, they sold you on an excuse why they couldn't. I've had people go to the bathroom stalls real quick at work, listening in. You know, they step out of places. You know, most excuses are not validated. They're just, well, you know, I'm busy. No, you're not. You're not really that busy. There's 168 hours in a week. Now, I understand some people couldn't make the call. But look, working smarter, not harder. As Cash talked about, you know, if you're doing meetings, you know, the 5 M's of network marketing, more meetings means more momentum, right? The person with the marker usually makes the most money. When I heard that quote, I'm like, you know what? I don't know how to use a marker or draw, but I'm going to figure it out, right? The person that's doing these trainings, the person at the front of the room makes the most money. Now, when you first join the business, you're at the back of the room, right? I remember when I first got involved, my first regional, my first convention, my first home events, my first webinars like this. I was just the new, nobody knew me. I was at the back of the events and I worked my way up to the front of the events. Make sense? So you start at the back of the room. You want to get to the front of the room, and the whole first row at the event is you and your leaders, you and your team. And more importantly, you want to get up on stage and have your team up on stage, getting recognized, speaking, open it up the event, whatever it may be. And then guess what you want to do, guys? You want to get your butt to the back of the room again, because the whole damn room is your team, is your leaders, and they're duplicated the same. You want to get to the point where you're not even on stage anymore. You're not getting recognition, right? A man will go to war for money, but will die for a ribbon. I'm telling you what, a lot of you guys need to focus on cross edifying. You know, it's important to get edified. You know, Cash this, you know, Jason Stone this, Emery, Cash the Great, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Now, guess what our job is? To edify you guys right back. So when you're doing three-way calls, when you're introducing your upline, guys, make sure you're not just like soaking up. And let me tell you what, when I was a P600, hold on, let me tell you. When my upline would come into a room or get on a three-way call or a webinar, even if he was making $100 a month, $1,000 a month, yo, listen, I made that person seem like they were a Greek god or a goddess. It wasn't about the money. Can we be honest? Success is not, money is only good to show success because it's tangible. You can count. Show me the bank account balance. Show me the car. Show me this. Let me tell you what, there's a lot of people on the call right now who are not tangibly a chairman, but they're mentally a chairman. They're spiritually a chairman. They're not there yet. And some people can't see it. Oh, well, he's not chairman. Not yet, dummy. If I were you, I would super glue yourself to your uplines right now at the P6, P1, P2 ranks, because they're doing what needs to be done. You just don't see it yet. Oh, I don't see it. What kind of car do you drive? Yo, show me your MetaTrader 4. Show me your profits and I'll join. Why the hell I got to show you my bag for you to get your own bag, dummy? No, you don't got to show people. I'm telling you, it's in the mindset. It's right here. So a lot of you guys are on that journey. Just be patient. God's timing's perfect. So working smarter. Whew, my jaw's busting. Working smarter, not harder. Now, to tie into that, look, I love doing one-on-ones. Cass talked about it. The grind, the one-on-ones, I love doing smaller meetings. I love getting more authentic. You know, when we do big events, I can't learn the names. I can't hear the whys. You know, as Cass talks about, he always opens up his presentations like, yo, I don't even want to tell my damn story. Like, I want to know how, look, the 5 most important words of this business. How can I help you? 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 Stop being so, look, the only time it was ever about you was when you were being presented the business. That was the only time this business was ever about you, when you were the prospect. This business is about everybody else. How many people can you help? Impact, man. Well, I don't need IM, but okay. You know how many people out there make mad money that when they die, maybe 15 people show up to their funeral? And that's not to be rude or ignorant. The average funeral has 15 people show up. And guess what? If it rains on the day of your funeral, Becky's like, yo, I can't get my hair wet. It's crazy. 30% less people show up because it rained on the day that you get buried. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to have y'all turned up at the funeral, right? So this is about impact. It's never about you. So you could do 10 one-on-ones today, right? You did one at 1 o'clock, one at 1:30, 2, 5 o'clock, all night. Look, yo, I was grind. You were being productive. But what if you could have done, what if like 7 out of those 10 people lived in your city? You could have a meeting at Waffle House or a restaurant or at a library or at your house. What if you could have grouped them up and presented the 7 of them all at once and got your upline on a 3-way and closed them out within 30 minutes? That's working smarter, right? Being more precise with your time. Now, that doesn't mean the one-on-ones, the two-on-ones isn't important, but work smarter with your time. Now, the third question is going to be this. The third question I ask myself is going to be, how many people did I present the business to today, right? So the third question, how many people did I present the business to today? Did I present myself, A, or number 2, did I do 3 ways? Was I doing presentations for my team? So there's 2 areas of this. I'll call you back. So there's 2 areas of this, right? How many people did you personally expose? Look, people watch your feet, not your lips. People watch your feet, not your lips. They watch how you move. People are not going to listen to what you say. They're going to watch what you do. So as a leader, the Latin root word of leadership is lieth. It means to go first and show and do. So you can talk all the talk, the nuggets, but you got to show, right? How many people did you show the business to today? Now, here's duplicatable numbers, because I'll go crazy. I'll tell you, yo, go for 20 no's a day. I'll tell you my story, Cash's story. You'll pass out hearing how hard we went. Now, duplicatable, everybody can take 1 hour a day for the business. Oh, I'm so busy, bro. I'm working so much. That's bullshit, first of all. Let's say you're working, and excuse my language, but let's say, okay, there's 168 hours in your week, correct? Oh man, I'm working so much. All right, you work 50 hours a week. So you still have 18 hours in your week? Now, oh man, I gotta sleep. If you're sleeping full time like it's your full-time job and you're broke, you got a serious issue and situation on your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, you can sacrifice. Now sleep's important. Don't look, I need my sleep. But if I'm broke, I'm behind on bills, I'm stressed out, I want to change my life, there's going to come a period of life, a period of time where you got to cut out the bullshit, cut out the negativity, cut out Xbox, cut out TV, cut out hanging with friends, Taco Tuesday, Thursday, going on weekends, right? Okay, so if I'm sleeping another 60 hours in my week, that's 110, right? There's still 58 hours in your week if you're working full time and you're sleeping full time. You got time. 1 hour a day in the business. Now, in 1 hour, you can do 2 presentations. Everyone on this call can do 2 presentations. Watch this. So if you're P6, let's say you got 14 people on your team. Now, if you and 14 people, that's 30 presentations a day. Woo! Just keep it simple. Yo, man, we all gotta expose our whole net. No, keep it simple, bro. Watch this. 30 a day. Watch. 30 times 30. I should have known that. Look, 30 times 30. That's 9. Ladies and gentlemen, if you and your team commit to just 2 presentations per day, that's just 1 hour. Well, dude, I've been so busy the past couple of days. No, you have not. You make time for what's important. Yo, don't let a $30,000 a year job hold you back from $30,000 a month in income. Don't do that. So let me ask you a question. For those of you who have 10 to 15 people on your team, that's easy. What would your team look like if it was doing 900 presentations a month? Sheesh! That's a lot. And all you got to do is take an hour out of your day? Come on now. Nobody on the call can be like, oh, that's too much, man. Yo, Cash, Austin's training, there's no way, bro. I can't do what they do. I have a kid. You know what? A lot of people, yo, I got children. I can't do it. Motherfucker, I got a child. That's why I must do it. Well, I can't take my kid to the trainings. Why not? Well, I can't. Yes, you can, bro. You can figure it out. Stop making so many excuses and just make it happen. Trust me. Nothing's impossible with God's grace. I'm telling you, bro. Stop making excuses. So look at this. Get good at overcoming objections. Get good at overcoming objections. Let me tell you what. A lot of people I see in the business, right? When the presentation's over, when the meeting's over, when the call is over, they'll let somebody just be like, hey man, I'll think about it. Oh, okay, yeah. If they say I'll think about it, no, they're not joining. You have to be aggressive. Guys, we live in a society, to be honest, of followers. I'll be honest. The only reason that I became a leader, only reason I became a teacher was because I was the best student. I was so willing to follow and learn and humble myself, and I was eager to learn. There's nothing wrong with being a follower, right? I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm willing to learn. I don't need the ego to be the guy. I'm always trying to be the dumbest person in the damn room. Because if I walk into a room and I'm the smartest person, guess what? I'm walking back out that room as I entered it. But if I'm the dumbest person in the room, I'm leaving with more intelligence and more knowledge and more growth. So the objections, you want to get good. Well, how do I do this? Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. It's free. YouTube University is where I graduated from. I didn't graduate high school, but I graduated from YouTube University. Simple. Objections. Right? After I'm closing, look, you must do this. Assume the close. What does that mean? At events, laptops are open. The web page is open for them to get involved. After the event, I'm assuming they're getting involved. See, a lot of people, when the event's over, the three-way call is over, the one-on-one's over, they don't even ask the main question. Let's get you started. Right? You guys know that 80% of salesmen in the industry, they don't even ask this question. They don't ask, let's get you started. Are you ready to get started? Right? I'm asking, what's your favorite part? This sounds like common sense. Oh, I've heard that before, but I still hear people's negative thinking. Guys, 80% of human thoughts are negative. So if they just saw a presentation, if they just saw the platform, and I'm like, yo, bro, what do you think? Immediately, negative, cost money, don't have time, too good to be true, sounds like a scam. Can I lose money in Forex? They're thinking of negative. I'm forcing the conversation to go positive. What's your favorite part? Yo, what'd you like best? What was your favorite part, right? I'm pushing the conversation to where I want the narrative to go. Okay? Let's get you started. Let's get you started. What questions do you have before we get you started? Posture. Posture. Posture, 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 posture. Highlight this. Posture, 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 posture. Right? Posture and confidence. Now, what do I mean by this? Look, write this down. People need this more than you need them. And I'm not trying to be rude or ignorant, but it's just like, and I'm not trying to compare things to God and, going to heaven, but, God doesn't need us. God wants us. God doesn't need our love. He wants to have a friendship with us. God wants to be our friend. He doesn't need us, though. The same way that we don't need people. First of all, the word need, look at the word need. N-E-E-D. Needy. Needy. Nobody wants to be around. Need is a lack mentality, first of all. Abundant comes out of the I am. I already am. Look. So when you posture up, it's like, let me give you an example. Before my presentations, before every one-on-one event, whatever it may be, before I show the presentation, I say this, look, what I'm about to show you, I have been praying for this. I'm taking all my little poker chips. I'm going all in. Look, with or without you, it doesn't matter. I'm showing this because I don't want you a year from now to look at me and say, yo, why didn't you show me this? So whether this is for you or not, doesn't matter. I'm showing you before I go show thousands of other people. My confidence, my conviction, my posture is there. Write this down in your paper. More than anything I'll say today, this is the most important thing that I'll say. People follow people who know where the hell they're going. I'm telling you, man, when you walk in purpose, when you walk in confidence, when you walk in God's light, bro, people can feel that. I'm telling you, when you walk in purpose, when you walk in conviction, when you walk with confidence, people follow people who know where they're going. For example, you get done with the event, you're kind of, like Jim Rohn talks about, don't talk how they talk. People's language is so all, yeah, you're right. No, you're not right. But I need to think about it. Or, I got some bills coming up I got to pay for. What? You're going to continue to be in that vicious cycle of paying for bills. Every single month, you have more month than money. You're going to be in the same situation. You got to do something different to get something different. I was homeless when I joined the business. I'm not going to lie to somebody just to be a cool guy and be like, yeah, you're right, bro. You should do your research. Research on what? Pull your bank account balance up right now and look at it. That's all the research you need to do, right? Well, I don't know if I have time. Yes, you do have time, bro. I don't really have the money. Weren't you just at the club 2 weeks ago with your boy buying bottles? I'm going to tell you the truth. Overcoming objections, right? People's favorite radio station, WIIFM. WIIFM. What's in it for me? Right? They're wondering what's in it for me. And they're looking at you. They're thinking these two things. They're thinking, okay, number one, is this person going to help me make some money? Right? All right, hey, if I join this person, are they going to help me make some money? Right? If Jeff Bezos walks up, well, dude, none of my friends want to do it. Bullshit. If Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, walk up to your friends, look, the last 10 people that told you no, if Jeff Bezos goes to them and says, hey, I got a business for $235, are you guys in? That's all you have to say. I guarantee you, 10 out of 10 are like, yo, take my money. All of a sudden, they can just pull money right out of their butt. Oh, hey, I got the money. You're like, yo, what? And it's crazy because to me, I always ask this question. Yo, I ain't got the money, bro. First of all, if you're in America, yes, you do have the money. Yes, you do. I've lived in third world countries. I've traveled third world countries. I've seen I've seen people get money in the darkest parts of the world. We did an event in Congo, Africa, one of the poorest countries in the world. I saw people make it happen. So if you're in a first world country, or if you look, people say, I don't have the money. I say, yo, what's your favorite car? Oh, a Lamborghini, whatever, black on black rims, interior, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, if I pulled up in that brand new Lamborghini, literally, I'm not trying to be a funny guy like with this metaphor, but if I dead ass pulled up in a brand new Lamborghini or your favorite car of choice, and I handed you the keys and I said, you can keep this car if you find $200 by tomorrow, would you find the money? Oh, yeah, I'd find the money. What? So you're telling me that you value a car more than a vehicle that can buy you multiple of those cars, right? That's my mentality thinking. And some people try to be funny. Well, I don't even like Lamborghinis. I'm like, look, smart ass. You could sell the Lamborghini and retire your parents, whatever. You get what I'm saying? So overcome objections, the money objection, right? The time objection, risky, too good to be true, don't understand it, right? And these are 80%. These four are 80% of the objections. It's so easy to overcome these, right? And what I'm saying to him is I'm saying, look, that's a great question. And never be negative, right? Don't be the negative person. If someone's like, yo, I've been working at Costco, I've been working at Best Buy, I've been working at Pizza Hut the past 3 years. I'm not like, oh, that must suck, dude. Like, damn, dude, it's a pyramid scheme. No, don't be negative, bro. Be more positive. Be like, oh, damn, you've been working at Pizza Hut the past 3 years. You must really like it. Like, what's kept you there, I'm being positive and optimistic about it. I'm not trying to shit on them about, oh, you're in school, dude, you must be in debt. No. I'm building confidence and I'm showing them because the part-time model is powerful attached. Network marketing is built to help people make income part-time. Now watch this. 9 out of 10 people that join, right? 9 out of 10 people, they just want an extra income. So stop trying to force everybody to be a full-timer. Stop trying to push the dream and the vision. Now, still be a Pablo Picasso. Still paint the vision. Still show the way. Still show it's possible. Some of these people may eventually change and catch the energy. Like Cass said, big decisions are made at big events. That's why you got to get these people to the events because they see the grander scheme of things. Not just the money, the cars, the clothes, but the impact, the lifestyle, the generational legacy they see behind it. Now, 1 out of every 10 people, right? 1 out of every 10 people is going to be the one who's like, yo, I'm ready to do this damn thing. I want to go chairman. I want to go hard. So take into accountability. Look, overcoming objections and the way that you close people is so freaking important. Now, this will grow as your leadership value grows, as your attraction grows in the business. All right, yo, who's getting some value? I'm going to close off. I don't want to talk too much longer because I'll talk forever. I know Cash was going crazy. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. And I know Emery, all these guys came on here, said some freaking heat. I'm glad they put me last, bro. Because all the value has already been said for today. All right. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's wrap this thing up and let's wrap up Jason Stone's Chairman 100. Chairman 250. It's time. I don't know about y'all, but yo, their goals. I'm literally about to call Jason after the call. I'm about to go to Tulum next week. I'm like, yo, Jason, all I need is the locations for the hot spots in Tulum, bro. I don't know about y'all, but that's goals for family, right? Traveling the world with your kids, living life. Shout out to you, bro. And on a little side note, guys, show gratitude. Show an overload of gratitude to your mentors, your leaders. Guys, don't have resentment, jealousy, envy. Oh, well, you know, my upline quit. Like Cash said, if it's to be, it's up to me. Your upline doesn't dictate your success. I would implore you guys to take full accountability of your business today. Does not matter if your upline quit. Oh, my leader went to another company or gave up the business. Do you know how many people that have quit in my uplines and they text me every few months like, damn it, right? Trust me, on this journey, people will quit. But when people would quit around me, instead of being like, oh, damn, will this work? When people would give up on my team, quit around me, my personal enrollments, when my mentors would quit, my uplines would leave, you know what I would do? It would give me more of a reason to actually do this thing. That was my mindset. Like, I'm going to really do this and show to myself and show them, look. So next, make your team's back office your back office. Stop checking how close you are to your next rank. Stop looking at your rank report, your volume. I'm looking at my leaders, right? I'm looking into their back office. So if I'm over here looking at Bob, brand new P150, I'm focusing on how can I get him to P1. I'm building out his legs, the 40-40-20 plan. I wish I had more time to teach mathematics, but it's crazy, man. I'm logging into my team's back offices more than I'm logging into mine, right? Let me tell you what. Stop trying to build the business. Build leaders. Build leaders. And together, you and your leaders will build the business, right? Now, look, there's something called, he talked about MMAs, right? IPAs, income-producing activities. Also, income-producing environments. Look, in the book, Think and Grow Rich, right? You know, as Cass talked about, when you're around an inner circle power mastermind group of 2 or 3 people or more, right? Especially in prayer, right? You know, this is so powerful when you're around other people who are on the same mission as you, same frequency as you. Let me tell you something. You have to be very careful with your environment. Do not be a product of your environment. Let your environment be a product of you, right? So watch this. What does that mean? Now, if you're joining the business, right, and you hear, oh, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around. You know, you hang around 5 bums, you'll be the 6. You hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6. I'm like, yo, I'm homeless, I'm broke, I have a kid, and I'm living in the hood. Like, how the hell? I don't know any millionaires. I don't know any 6-figure earners. I don't know any chairmen. When we joined the company, there were 0 chairmen. People now, it's so hard. What? You look left, up, down, sideways, triangular. There's chairman, success, trader, 6-figure earner, 7-figure trader. There's success stories everywhere. You don't have to have this big belief or big vision. Just do the work. It's already been done. Just do it. So how do I get around the right income producing environments? Well, number one, I had to cut off. I had to eliminate people in my life that were not going where I was going. And this sounds aggressive, but look, we learned in church today, watch this. Our pastor said, look, as your world gets bigger, your circle starts to get smaller, right? As your world gets bigger, your circle gets smaller. Now, when you start to become successful in the business, bro, your circle starts to get, whew, well, it's lonely at the top when you're successful. That's bullshit. I don't know what industry you're in, but in this company, when you become successful, bro, you got your whole gang with you, all your leaders, all your people. That's the best part about this business. This ain't music where you're like, it's rigged and the industry's all messed up. No, this is like, it's not lonely at the top, but when you first join the business, it's lonely. It can be lonely because a lot of your friends, your family, your homies, you're like, yo, why are these people not joining? Like, I thought they'd be the first ones, right? Let me tell you this. A lot of you are going to make more money with strangers than your best friends. Guys, out of the 50 plus chairmen in my organization, all of them were strangers. All of them. Shabazz, Chairman 100, my personal enrollment, my boy in London, messaged me on Facebook. Brandon Boyd, Chairman 100, hit me up on Facebook. Ivan Briongos, Chairman 100 from Spain, hit me up on Facebook, right? Oh, well, Austin was good at social media. Nope. What did Cash say? We were going so hard offline that these people hit me up online because I posted the offline shit online and they wanted to meet me offline because they saw me online what I posted offline. Does that make sense? Like, we were grinding. They saw it. It was the offline work. What you practice in private, God will soon praise you in public for. I'm telling you. Sheesh. Is this recorded? Yeah. Oh, this call is recorded. Oh, no. Oh, no. Because I know Cass and the rest of the leaders went off. So IPEs, I don't know. You're brand new. You're out there in India. You're out there in Italy. You're out there in Israel. You're out there in Africa. You're out there in Australia. You're like, how do I get around chairmans? My country on lockdown. Guess what? Right? You know, my baby mom used to get super pissed off at me. When we would go to bed at night, I would put personal development audios on. And I would have a little speaker next to my pillow. And I'd have an old man whispering in my ear. She'd be like, who the hell is you talking to? And I was like, yo, I got John Maxwell. I got Brian Tracy. I got Zig Ziglar. I got Earl Nightingale. I got Vincent Norman Peale. I got Neville Goddard. Are you familiar with these names right now? I got Jeff Roberti. I got Matt Morris, right? Are you familiar with these names, right? The same way you memorize your favorite lyrics of rap songs, you should be memorizing success principles of people that have already done it and been in worse positions than you. I'm telling you. So look, IPEs, I would create my own environments, right? Is it better to be in an environment where you're around your homies or playing Xbox, Call of Duty, your girlfriends, hi, you see what Kim Kardashian, or you see what, you know, this TikTok, or everyone's, you know, they're smoking over here, they're watching TV, half of them aren't even involved in the business, the other half aren't even doing anything, right? The right environment, they're listening to loud music, you know, are you in the right environment? Or are you around an environment where people are doing the calls, listening to PD, on trainings, they're out trying to better themselves, right? Be in the right environments. And for me, I didn't have any of that environment. So audios, trainings, right? I would turn my car into a mobile classroom. While I was driving around all day, I would be listening, right? If this is your brain all day long, what is going into your brain? You have 60,000 thoughts per day on average. And 80% of them are negative. So you got to start changing that. What's going in your brain? What's in your environment? This is really key. Guess what? Yo, dude, why do you only follow one person on social media? It's my son. I only follow one person because a lot of stuff on social media is bullcrap. But guess what? When I first was in the company, I unfollowed all of my friends. Oh, dude, why you unfollow me, bro? Because you're posting bullshit, bro. I don't want to see that. I want to see successful shit, principles. I want to see motivated. I want to see IPAs, MMAs. I want to see the work being done, home events, presentations, new rank ups, new celebration. I want to be involved and invoked in a success community and success circle. So what did I do? I went and followed all the 7-figure earners. And all I would see when I opened up my Instagram all day or my Facebook is what they were doing. And I would just duplicate it. Make sense? IPEs. Woo! My mouth is busting right now, bro. No lie. All right, let's end off with this. All right. All right, here we go. So it's not about what you can do. Guys, you can take this to the bank. You can take this to the Mr. Banks, right? It's not about what Emery can do. Emery can do a lot of cool shit. It's not about what Jason Stone can do. It's not about what I can do, what Cash can do, what Jason and Matt can do. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you can do. Placate, right? Now, a lot of people try to overcomplicate the system, right? Especially with trading. You know, I'm gonna teach my team to trade. When the hell in the presentation? Excuse my language, but I like to be very authentic. Is that okay with you guys? Because I've seen Cash's trainings, and I'm like, yo, I no longer feel bad for using. You know, I've been praying to stop swearing so much. I'm trying to eradicate negative language. I don't like swearing because some people are like, yo, why was Austin just like screaming at me the whole time, bro? Like I took that shit personally. But look, duplicate. Where in the presentation, where in the PowerPoint, where in the back office does it say, you got to master trading and then go teach it to all your team? Where did it say that? Now, we can learn the skill set of trading, but people try to reinvent the wheel what's already working. Why would I try to go out there and host training calls and reinvent the wheel, create my own little group chats? Or, you know, I know we all have our own different systems, but guys, do what duplicates, right? It's not what works. So follow the system that your team already has in place. You guys have amazing leadership. You know, to capitalize on what I said earlier, show gratitude, right? After this call, I would blow up Jason Stone, blow up Cash, blow up Emery, show massive love, gratitude. Guys, in life, there's a quote that says, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. So we get what we give. So everything comes back tenfold. Show gratitude to your leaders. Show gratitude to the people that are laying the foundation for you. So I want to show you this real quick. To end this off, this is the last thing that I'll show. And we'll kick this thing off, guys. There's 3 ways. 3 ways to go P1000 real fast. Now, if you're already P1000, you already know. And this is easy for you. Well, how do I go chairman? Do this. Whatever you did to go P1000, just help 10 to 12 people do that. You're chairman. If you're already P1, just do this. It's simple, right? There's 3 things that you can do to go P1000 really fast. Now, I'm going to share the first 2 with you because most people, like myself, did not have the first 2. But you can earn and learn the first 2. Now, number 1 is going to be influence, right? There's 3 types of people in our life. There are people that we have influence over, influence with, and influence below. So, for example, there are people in your life where if you're like, yo, I'm going to the party, they're like, oh my God, Jennifer's going to the party. We're all going to the party. Like whatever you do, like you have influence over those group of people. And then there's this second group where you have influence with them. These are the people that sometimes your ego steps in and you're like, oh, I know how to talk to my friends. I know what to do. I can invite them my way. I don't need help. No, don't reinvent the wheel. Do what duplicates. I still have people jump on my calls to close out. Why? I don't need it all the time because I've gotten to a point in the business where I have the credibility. I know what I'm doing, and I'm confident enough to close people out. But I still will do it because it's what duplicates. When my team sees me do that, they're like, oh, I need to do that. And then when the prospect comes on, they're like, oh, dude, I don't need to be like a Cash or an Austin. Like, I don't need to be like, I can't speak the way they're speaking. They don't see the grind we went through. They don't see how bad we were when we first started. All they see is us now. So I'll show the duplication. I get somebody on to close a call out for 2 minutes because they're like, oh, damn, it's easy. I have help in the business. So that's what I'll do. So influence. I did not have influence over people. So when I came in, I had to rely on another way. But if you have influence when you come in, maybe you have a little social media following, maybe you know people, maybe you were, popular in school. I was not an influential person when I joined. I did not have this. But you can hit P1000 immediately within your first 30 days. Pretty damn quick. You have influence. Number 2, skill sets. Right? Skills. Now, what does that mean? Right? The skills. I would say this could be, promoting. Right? I would even just say, massive action. And what does that even mean? Massive action in the sense of, you're actually coachable, you're teachable, and you're doing what your team is teaching you. You're flexing the system. Yo, if we have op calls, we have events. If I have mentors 1, 2, 3 3 ways, I'm leveraging that, right? So promoting, maybe it's inviting, right? Eric Ward talks about the 7 steps, right? The 7 skills to become a network marketing professional, right? And I believe for every one of these that you master, you're adding on an extra $100,000 to your paycheck per year, right? You can be a 6-figure earner by being a top promoter. You can be a top earner by just being a top promoter. So there's influence, skills, and number 3, last but not least, here's what we all can do. I did not have any skills. Didn't graduate high school. I was working at McDonald's, steakhouse. I was a busboy, warehouse. I didn't know anything about the industry. No marketing background. So I had no influence, no skill set. But here's why I was able to go chairman in 90 days, right? Urgency. Right? I moved with a sense of urgency, right? Now, influence, right? That's who you know, right? Your credibility, your branding, your social media, skills, right? Maybe network marketing, inviting, closing, onboarding correctly, right? But urgency, what you lack in skills and what you lack in influence, you can make up in numbers. Make sense? What you lack in skills and what you lack in influence, you can make up in numbers by urgency. Taking massive action, right? So with that being said, guys, I want to, first of all, thank you all for being on this call. Go ahead and type in the chat box below 777 if you guys are excited for this coming week, this year. If you guys got some value on today's call, go ahead and show love to Jason, man. We need to wrap up his Chairman 100, him, Chrissy, the kids. Show love to your uplines who are on this call. Guys, literally lead with gratitude. Every single morning when I get up, I have this little routine where I text 2 people, right? You know what? Look, let me show you a little tip. I go to the very bottom of my text. Go to the very bottom. The people I haven't talked to in the longest, I'll send them a little grateful text. They're like, what the hell? I haven't talked to you in like 2 years. Guys, start showing gratitude. Start leading with education. Start leading with love. I'm telling you what, everything will start to change for you. So Jason, look, my jaw got me slurring my words on here, talking in Hebrew, talking in tongues right now. I'm talking crazy. But yo, Felipe, thank you so much for the introduction. I appreciate all of you guys. I look forward to seeing you all over the world, seeing you at the next convention. With that being said, love and light, trade travel transform. And look, do the work until, if it's to be, it's up to me. Love you guys. Take care.
Wow, guys. Wow. My mind is blown.
Should we make some noise?
Yeah. Let's make some noise.
everybody at?
Let's make some
Let's
noise.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Austin, you rock.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go!
Guys, I have no words to describe this training. It was just amazing. We have to be very thankful to Austin for being here tonight. We saw he was in pain. He was in pain, but it didn't stop him. It didn't stop him from being here and sharing value with us, dropping value, dropping nuggets, and just being a servant leader, guys. This shows you how he's a leader, a true leader, a servant leader, and not a person who leads. If you want to know the difference between those two things, Chairman Bootcamp Day 5, I think it is, Matt Rosa on YouTube. Guys, it was just amazing. And I hope you all take notes. I took notes again. And let me tell you one thing, notes are not enough in this case, all right? What I will do and what I advise you all to do is download the recording Corinne will put on YouTube. There is this little app, 2Mate. It's not legal, so don't put this on on IG, but download this app, this APK on Google, type 2Mate, download it, and download this video. Put it on MP3, is faster, and you can listen to it every single day. Listen to it while you go to work, listen to it while you go to school, listen to it before you sleep, listen to this thing. It's literally gold. I tell this to all my team. I hope you guys will finally do it. I know almost no one does it yet. I hope you guys will start doing it. Guys, it's so key. I will listen to this training every single day. I have the Dallas audios. Thank you, Sarah. I'm listening to those every single day. Guys, this is so key. This guy said that, like, when he was going chairman, he literally stopped listening to music, just listen to audios. This is really key. We become chairman. We first become chairman in our minds, and then we become P2K. This is what Jason Brown says. And how do we become chairman in our minds? Being attached to the chairman. All right, being attached to the chairman, being plugged into the chairman. We have the chairman bootcamp. Listen to that freaking thing. We have this training on YouTube. Corinne will load this on her channel. I think as soon as we're over. So listen to that. It's so key, guys. That said, this has been amazing, Corinne. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you for getting all the chairman names. Guys, we had Matt Rosa, we had Cash the Great, we had Miner Mentor, we had for Emery, and then we had Cash Cartier, and we finished in style. We finished in style with Austin Gotze. So thank you, Corinne, for putting this together. Guys, next week we're gonna have a trading bootcamp from I think Wednesday to Sunday again. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna go over every academy that we have, FRX, HFX, crypto, huge guests there too. There is gonna be one guy that's just crazy. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you, Corinne, for putting this together. Let's rock it. And notes are not enough. Audios are not enough. Let's put this stuff into action, guys. That said, thank you, Corinne. Thank you, everybody. I think we're done here. Have a good night, fam.
One team, one dream. Let's go. Appreciate
Let's
you
go.
all. And thank you to
Let's
everyone
go.
together.
Let's go.
Team
Let's go.
effort, guys. Team effort. Love
Let's
you
get
all.
it.
Let's get it.
Thank you, guys.
Jesus.
Let's go.